$25 million. And state leaders in Albany have already agreed to go along with the city fathers. In New Jersey, Governor Jim Florio today signed the first part of what will be the largest tax increase in the Garden State's history. Today, the governor okayed the increase in sales tax. Next week, it's on to a big hike in state income taxes. And of course, this news comes hot on the heels of word that we would have been better off reading President Bush's mind than his lips, because apparently there will be new taxes courtesy of Uncle Sam. Our guests tonight include, from Washington, Kevin Phillips, who's the author of The Politics of Rich and Poor. Here in New York, Robert Byrne, an associate dean at New York University, and Dr. Paul Cashel, associate professor of taxation and accounting at Fordham University. First, Newsline's Steve Dunlop, standing by live at City Hall here in Manhattan. Steve?
Well, Jack, they're still tonight and probably all night going to be putting together the framework of a budget agreement to close a huge budget gap in Mayor Dinkins' $28 billion spending plan. It lends, of course, a whole new meaning to the term New York nightlife. This is the toughest budget crunch the city has faced since the 1970s, and this time the Big Apple is not alone. In New Jersey these days, more than the corned beef is lean. At Noah's Ark Kosher Restaurant in Teaneck, the talk was about taxes and just how much higher they can really go.
Every penny more, really counts around here. People are first buying their first homes and trying to make ends meet. It's going to be tough all around.
Like every other community in New Jersey, Teaneck realizes the party's over. This morning in Trenton, Governor James Florio, without fanfare, signed into law a $1.5 billion tax increase. This Sunday, the state sales tax will go from 6 to 7%, and it will now apply to a whole host of items that were previously exempt. Everything from telephone bills to toilet paper.
I can't make it and live in Oradell, New Jersey, and pay all that tax and all that money. That's all I do is work to pay the taxes and work to pay the mortgage and just to survive. Not fair, Florio.
And next week, Florio is expected to sign into law a $1.3 billion hike in New Jersey's income tax. High taxes are what drove a lot of ex-New Yorkers to New Jersey in the first place. But as they're about to find out, you can't go home again.
There's no free lunch. Dinner's not too cheap either.
New York State's taxes, already the highest in the country, are $1.4 billion higher under the new state budget. Taxes on all kinds of everyday items will go up. Taxes on cigarettes, on beer, on soda. The tax hike list includes hard liquor, hotels, telephones, and car rentals. And estate taxes will rise, as if you needed another reminder that you can't take it with you.
I said get on your knees now.
There's even a new tax on those 900 dial-a-porn numbers.
Let me be very plain. Service reductions are inevitable. Higher taxes are necessary.
Now, David Dinkins, too, is immersed in a bathtub of red ink, struggling to find the drain plug. New York City, which flew highest in the go-go 1980s, is now suffering the most.
In general, the Northeast is facing a slowdown in the economy. Coupled with the reduction in federal support to the localities, we have a massive hole that we're trying to plug. And I think we're doing a wonderful job.
Wonderful if you don't mind paying more. The New York City Council has now authorized the following tax hikes. $355 million from a 15% city income tax surcharge, a $60 million increase in the mortgage recording tax, $9 million on hotel rooms of more than $100 a night, and $1 million on tobacco products other than cigarettes. It adds up to $425 million. But higher property taxes and hundreds of millions of dollars in service cuts may still be needed to bring the Big Apple's budget into balance.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
As the White House has now acknowledged, even George Bush will have to face facts and eat those famous words. The way things are going in the great Northeast, when the president picks up his knife and fork, he'll have plenty of company. And so they continue to work on the budget here at City Hall all night. It has to be balanced by Saturday, and actually adopted by midnight Saturday. By state law, it has to be balanced. How New Yorkers will react to all these new taxes is open to question. But, Jack, in upstate Lackawanna near Buffalo, business leaders reacted to a 70% property tax increase by simply refusing to pay. That's it from here. Back to you.
We don't know where those guys are tonight. We'll begin our discussion here in just a moment. Stay with us.
I think some people were silly enough to elect him last time, but it's not going to happen again, George, so you better tell the truth.